That's ignorant. That's an ignorant move on your part. Because I have no correlation with Iran or Iraq or Afghanistan.
I didn't say you did.
Then why bring it up?
Every time I try and answer you, you cut me off.
I'm not irrational.
Yes, you are. You don't really want to reason and think.
Asai Williams.
Welcome back, guys. Watch how Cliffe Knechtle responds to an angry Muslim lady when confronted about the Bible. But first, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Let's get into it.
Then we'll stop right there. Forget everything about Muhammad. Do Christians believe that Jesus was born without a father?
Yeah, but not because some dude 500 years after the fact wrote it, that's for sure.
But then what do they take as their belief for Jesus being born without a father?
Because eyewitnesses who knew Jesus' mother, a woman named Mary, talked with her. They talked with Joseph, and they found out that indeed Mary was a virgin when Jesus was born.
So then we take
It's not something they made up 500 years later.
Okay, so then
it's something that they found from eyewitness talking.
So do we take that? We take Jesus being born without a father as a miracle. That's proof
Yes.
he's a prophet. That's proof he's a prophet, correct?
No.
Why?
Just because a miracle happens doesn't mean the dude's a prophet.
Why?
He could be a false prophet.
So then why
Miracles happen to
why
false
doesn't your mom
prophets.
have a son without a father? What miracles happen to false prophets? We'll go over that right now. What miracles happen to false prophets?
So this is something that a lot of people misunderstand. Miracles are not what make prophets. Prophets are those that come with the same exact message as those before. We even see in the New Testament that the warning against someone coming with a new message is that they will not contradict the message that was being preached by Jesus. And this is how we know the difference between a true prophet and a false prophet. So when the disciples say that Jesus died and rose from the dead, and if someone comes after and says, no, Jesus never died and he was never killed, then we know that that is a false prophet.
Man, if you get in the occult, you can go to seances, and demonic powers are shown, supernatural powers are shown. You can go a lot of places on this planet.
But
How
we're
are they
not talking
shown?
about magic.
How
We're
are they
not talking about
shown?
magic.
How are they shown?
Yeah, how are they shown? Like,
All right, I'll tell you how.
Factually.
You
How
bet.
can you show it in substance?
You bet.
No, answer.
I went to a
Not
prep
just-
school.
No, answer.
I am answering you.
Come on.
I went
Where
to a
can you
prep
find it
school
factually, though?
here in Connecticut, and I had a philosophy professor who went to a seance. And at the seance, the medium told him things about his past that it took him 2 weeks to remember had even occurred. This philosophy professor came
And
to our
psychologists
class.
have done that too with sexual abuse cases where they convince their clients of a history that never happened. So how do you know that's not the case? How can you prove that it's true?
You got to use your brain to figure out whether
Okay,
I'm
so
being
then
irrational
that means
or rational.
that's on the premise that you're using your brain.
Yeah, that is on a premise.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Why are you wasting your time listening to a guy who's just gibbering?
You're in our way.
You're missing This is my problem.
I'm
I'll
sorry,
answer
I
that
didn't
question.
realize that your
No.
ankle had a chain tied to the brick underneath
I'll answer
there.
that question.
I was under the impression that you chose to be here freely.
He did choose to be
Let me
here.
relieve you if you're being forced to be here.
Oh, I'm not. I'm enjoying
All
your
right.
company.
But listen,
Good.
my
Thank
problem
you.
here is you're here talking loudly, first of all. You're not having a small conversation with the group that brought you here in a small room, which most groups have. You're obnoxiously on the center of campus,
Yeah.
misguiding people about your belief in
Baloney.
Jesus.
And I'm exercising my right of free speech. And if I tried to stand up in Iran or Iraq or Afghanistan and do what I'm doing now, I'd be in prison before I knew what
And
my
it's a great
name
thing I'm an
was.
American citizen and born
Okay.
on this soil.
Good.
Great thing, isn't it?
All right.
Now, what do you take that as right there? As blindly naming Iran and Iraq and Afghanistan?
Blindly?
because you
I'm
see a
not
scarf
blindly
on
at
my
all.
head. That's ignorant. That's an ignorant move on your part. Because I have no correlation with Iran or Iraq or Afghanistan.
I didn't say you did.
Then why bring it up?
I'll tell you
Just
why.
random countries?
Because you
can't
two
do
were
this in South
challenging
Korea
God.
or
No.
Japan.
So every
I'm
time I
not
try and answer you, you
irrational.
cut me off.
I'm not irrational.
Yes, you are. You don't really want to reason and think.
Because
you
you're
just
not
want to
a
emote.
person to reason. I'm not emotional.
Oh, no?
I'm not
Oh,
emotional.
give me a break.
So he brought up Iraq and Afghanistan to demonstrate that he wouldn't be able to be in public, showing his free speech in those type of countries. If he tried to do what he's doing now in those countries, he would probably be thrown in prison for that. So that's why he brought it up. But she took it as an attack on her, which this is why Scripture says, try your best to not be offended so easily, because you're gonna end up looking like a fool when someone isn't actually being offensive to you.
You were challenging free speech. He said I was in his way.
No, I wasn't challenging. I was using my own free speech to question yours.
Oh, you can do that all
is
day
part of
long.
free
I respect
speech.
that.
So then,
That's
okay.
not-
And my
okay.
point is, free speech
I was making
is a
an
right
argument,
that we
though.
have in the United States of America.
Correct. And
that
in the
I
United
celebrate.
States, you look crazy right now.
Pardon?
Hold on
You
one
look
second.
crazy in the United States, and if you went to Iran or Iraq, you look crazy there as well. You
So hold on.
If he went to Iran or Iraq, he would be in jail. He wouldn't just look. He wouldn't
Then
look
why are
crazy.
you wasting your time
What's
talking to
your
a crazy man?
Because you are just, it's just entertaining.
Entertaining.
What's your purpose here? Why are
Because
you
they had
here?
better entertainment on this campus than to talk to a
Have
crazy
you been
man?
to stores? Have you been to stores?
You guys are hurting people.
Why are you here? What did you come
I
to
am here to introduce people to the closest friend I have, Jesus Christ.
You are condemning what 2/3 of the rest of the world to hell, and there are some good people in the 2/3 of the rest, some good Buddhists, some good Jews, some people that believe in Islam that are very good people that are deserving of whatever reward they should get. And the problem with every religion has a way of excluding people that do not believe in exactly what they believe. It's a different version of the same thing.
Okay.
Except everyone has their own little password to get in, and once you say that only because the only way to heaven is through Jesus, you have now excluded and therefore dehumanized everybody else that does not accept Jesus. And you know,
Yeah, that's called a truth claim. So every time you make a truth claim, it's going to exclude everything that isn't truth. When you say that Jesus is the only way to heaven, you're just saying that Jesus is the only truth. It's like saying the sky is blue. You have to, it has to be exclusionary because it's the truth.
you know what? That's wrong. Period.
Okay. According to you, who goes to heaven?
According to the Bible, the only way to heaven is through me, is through Jesus Christ. That's from the Bible.
Okay, so you have a problem with that. You've articulated that very clearly.
Yes, I do.
So, according to you, who goes to heaven?
Okay, we're not debating whether I even think heaven exists or not. That's not the point.
Do you think heaven exists?
I asked you a question to start this off, so don't flip it back on me.
Well, I'll answer any question you ask.
Answer my question.
I'll answer it. Sure.
All right.
I will answer any question. Truth, all truth, smacks of exclusivity. The statement 2 + 2 = 4 is incredibly exclusive.
If I don't believe in Jesus, am I going to heaven?
Are you allowing me to answer your question or not?
Yes or no?
Answer
It's
it.
yes
Yes
or
or
no,
no.
not
Yes
2
or
plus
no.
2.
I'm
It's
sorry, I
yes
don't
or
give
no.
yes/no answers.
All right, you know why?
If you can reduce,
Because you're full of it.
and that's not judgmental, and that's being kind. That's being kind and not judgmental. What you just did to me.
What I'm telling you is that you are judging everybody else that does not agree with you, and that
You
is
have not
wrong.
even listened to my answer. You don't know what I'm doing.
You are preaching. You are not preaching something new here, sir. You're preaching something that's been preached and has been the reason why people have been murdered in catastrophic numbers from the history of mankind. You are this one little step away from saying that because you don't agree with me and because you're not going to heaven, your life is somehow worth less because you've made a choice that excludes you from heaven anyway.
And have you listened to my answer?
That's how people justify.
You said you
car
answered a
bombing.
question. You asked a question. You wanted me to answer it. Have you listened to my answer?
Your answer is yes or no, and now you're gonna skirt around the issue and not answer it. And you know what? I have to go somewhere. I don't have time to just listen to your answer right now. I'd like to know what your answer is.
Yes or no?
The version of what you're doing right now is the same thing you see in every other religion, and that's why right now people will strap bombs to their back, walk into a market, and kill everybody. Why? Because they're infidels. They're not going to heaven anyway, right? So what's the use? That you might as well kill them now, right? That's the same thing that happens in the Middle East right now. It's the same mentality that you're preaching right now to everybody else right here. It's one little step away. That's all. That's all it is.
All right, let me kind of tell you why I disagree with that.
Yes.
Fine. I can promise you that if you put your faith in Jesus Christ, in light of the fact that as he was bleeding and dying on a cross, he prayed, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do."
Yes.
If you claim to put your faith in that Jesus Christ, there is absolutely no way that you can persecute, kill any human being in the name of your religion.
And that goes to the fact that, yes, religious people have done wrong, but when we judge a religion, we judge it based off the text. What does the text say that is proper to live, that the best way to live? Does the text say that you should go around killing and fighting people, or does it say to love your enemy as yourself? And is that the same with other religions when we read their text? My argument would be no.
Because if you genuinely follow Christ, you are genuinely following the one who in his dying moment, as he's being excruciatingly executed by crucifixion, he prays, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do."
And I really appreciate Cliff and his ability to just be calm during these tense situations. But let me know what you think down below. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Until next time, God bless.